super excited to start the opening ceremony of the XION ABSTRACTATHon Hackathon. And we're excited to partner up. And XION is one of the fastest growing layer ones. And we're very excited to see like all the exciting projects building on top and what's coming out of the hackathon. So DoraHacks is excited to be partner of the first virtual XION hackathon. And the prize pool is 20K USD, but also exposure to top tier venture capital firms and additional grant opportunities for developers who are participating at this hackathon. So if you have any great idea, please participate. We're super excited to see all the projects that are coming out. So that's the opening ceremony, and we're welcoming all the developers building, and the submission portal has gone live officially. And now you guys have 1 month time till the 14th of February to submit your ideas and your project. And so welcome everybody. And before we're kicking it off, I will hand over the mic to XION. So if you have any questions in the meanwhile, please drop it in the YouTube comments or in the Binance Live comments. So like welcome Anthony and Justin from XION.
Thank you, Jan. Appreciate you guys having us. Appreciate you obviously being able to host this amazing hackathon. This is kind of our first, especially with everything that we're working on with the ABSTRACTATHon. We're really excited to get things kicked off. By way of introduction, my name is Anthony. I am a core contributor of the XION network. And I will pass it over to Justin, who'll do a little intro on himself.
Yeah, my name is Justin, and I'm also a core contributor on the XION network, and I will be helping with any technical feedback and bugs, that kind of thing, that you may run into while we are having this journey.
Awesome. Cool.
Back to you.
Yeah, I don't know. We pass it back to you. I'm happy to talk about, more about XION, and I think, maybe that's probably a good place to start, right? Which is, and effectively kind of what we're looking at here, right? And so what we like to think about XION is we like to think about XION as kind of like this consumer adoption layer one, if you would. We came from building products very early on in the crypto ecosystem. And really, we realized very early on that a lot of things needed to change in order to get this next billion users on crypto, right? And that's exactly what we're doing today, especially with the ABSTRACTATHon. For those who couldn't tell, it's an abstraction hackathon. Hopefully you could tell, but effectively what we really want to do is we want to support the next generation of user-friendly projects, reaching out to developers and looking to just experiment and launch different solutions using the XION generalized abstraction layer. For those of you who aren't quite familiar with XION and the generalized abstraction layer, we did just release a white paper back in early December, which I definitely implore everyone to kind of look at. It is super exciting, and I think a lot of what we're talking about today will really mimic that. Jan, am I able to kind of share the screen, and maybe I can walk through the DoraHacks page and really walk everyone through what we're talking about?
Yes, go ahead. Please share your screen.
Amazing. Sorry, I have a million tabs open. Great. Can you see my screen?
Screen now. Yes, perfect.
Great. Yeah, as I had mentioned, right, XION is the one of the fastest layer ones. We're launching our first, obviously, DoraHacks Hackathon, aptly named the ABSTRACTATHon. And it'll be, 28 days and 7 hours, right, from January 17th, which is today, to February 14th, 2024. Timeline, we have already had 500 hackers, over 500 hackers register in just under 7 days. Today, right now, is the kickoff ceremony, whoever's tuned in or watching this later on. We are ending on the 14th, and that's when judging will end. And between 14th and the 21st will be this judging and demo day. The prizes of this will be 20,000 USDC, with individual projects eligible to receive up to $8,000. Additionally, we have an opportunity to, grant top tier VC exposure, And we can even talk about a little later about how some of the VCs will be even kind of speaking with us on how projects should go from hackathon to venture pitching. In addition to the major growth opportunities that will be kind of provided, we are extremely excited to also have Halborn as our security partner on not just XION, but the ABSTRACTATHon as a whole, which will be providing discounted audits and priority queue access for anyone who's building on XION or in the hackathon. We're really, really excited to talk about the judges here because I think these are really indicative of what we want to be showing and kind of the forward facingness of XION as a whole, right? So it'll obviously be me, the CEO, I guess is what we're saying, the Burnt Ash, Multi-Coin Capital, Animoca Capital, Coin Bureau, OKX, Andrew Kang from Mechanism Capital, the CEO of Injective, and Spartan Capital as well. In addition to Delphi Digital, who will be really helping us out with the, giving that workshop that I had mentioned on going from hackathon to VC-funded startup. And there's a couple of goals. As I had really kind of mentioned for the hackathon, there's there's two types of hackathons in my mind. There's a hackathon which is, hey, let's just get as many projects as possible, right? Um, and then it's kind of then there's what we're doing, right? And there's a lot that we're testing. Like we need to demonstrate the value that we bring to the mainstream, right? And you can tell by checking our testnet. This is Wednesday, January 17th. We just released our last testnet on Monday. Within 24 hours, we had over 100,000 users, and a lot of that is a testament of just how easy it is to use what we're building, right? And I think we talk about this a lot of we need to make a seamless onboarding experience. We need to make a seamless user experience. And so it's easy to show by the lack of friction in everything that we build and everything that's able to be built on XION, effectively how easy it is, right? And so taking that to the next level, right, and then demonstrating that across multiple applications without needing to be fragmented and still maintaining the ethos of crypto is the main goal of this hackathon, right? Of course, another goal is to continue to grow and engage the community, right? And I think with that, additionally comes this number three, which is just making the easiest developer experience possible. And Justin will kind of touch on this as we get to, kind of more of the tracks and everything like that. But, I think being able to kind of have me, being able to have Justin, being able to have our team, not only do we want to support builders, but we also, we're also still in testnet, right? We want to improve our documentation to be as wide-reaching as an easy possible to use, as possible, right? So we understand that this is going to be a two-way street for this next month where, we expect to have a lot of relationship, which we've already had with many developers who are just constantly helping us to improve both the network, the usability of the network, and even just for the casual learner who wants to learn and be able to kind of access what's going on. That's really what we're exciting for. And another kind of just the last point, right? And this just ties everything together, right? It's just we want unique applications, right? We want use cases that haven't been possible before. Now that you can have your grandmother use an application, right? And you don't need to download a wallet, you don't need to transfer from Coinbase, you don't need to do all this hoops and jumps anymore, right? You can finally really expand your total addressable market, and really the world is your oyster. Right? And this means that we want to see a lot more use cases and frankly just DeFi applications. And we make that pretty clear, right? We don't want to just see another marketplace. We don't want to just see another AMM. We want people to be in this hackathon to genuinely build a real exciting use case with the tools that we provided. And I think that kind of goes into the why build on XION, right? And I think we've kind of talked about this a little bit, but we abstract away all crypto complexities, right? Whether it be gases, meta accounts, signature abstraction, mobile, right, device abstraction, everything being denominated in fiat, right? We are mimicking a Web2 experience, and that's something unique that XION brings to the table, and something extremely, extremely visible that people can see right off of the bat. And the main benefit of that, right? I think the statistic is, immutable quoting, right? 95% drop off rate when a user is prompted with a wallet, right? We're seeing similar adoption curves to the internet, which is terrible. And we do believe that XION is future because we've removed the friction that has been required to be able to incite this like catalyst event for the next billion users. You know, we're well on our way, right? You know, as we kind of mentioned, we've raised over $11 million from the likes of Circle, Animoca, Spartan, Hashkey, Mechanism, many more, and a lot of them are be participating in this hackathon. You know, and as we kind of mentioned, our ecosystem with over 90 thriving projects and partners have you know, we say this is funny. It's hilariously an old statistic, right? Which is this was 450,000 wallets in our old testnet. We're about to blow right past that number, and it's been less than half a week, right? You know, and so this is just a pure testament of, you know, how easily we've been removing the friction. And I think anyone really developing in this hackathon will immediately be able to tell, you know, even by just using this kind of first product that deployed, how simple the process is, how streamlined the process is, and the insane reward that kind of comes with what it is. It's time as crypto that we break out of this bubble that we've built for ourselves and truly reach this next level of mainstream adoption. And kind of with that, right, I will pass it over to Justin to really talk about the track and ideas and kind of go through, you know, I'll follow you along, Justin, so you don't have to share your screen. But
Oh,
if
thank
you
you very
kind of want
much.
to go through the, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so we're going to be breaking this up into 4 different kind of tracks. They're just like different poles of ideas of things that you can build. We obviously are going to have the top project award, the thing that, you know, blows our doors off. We look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. The second is abstraction. So I'm not sure how familiar everyone here is with abstraction, but it's basically social login, but like chain native, right? So we've actually been able to remove a lot of the barriers you would have previously, so people can actually log in with email now. And we're actually looking to add other types of login as well in the future, which should make things really, really smooth. And you should be able to encourage a whole group of people to use your dApps and applications that you've never actually been able to reach out to before. So it's very exciting. NFTs and on standby, and then infrastructure and tooling. We're really excited to see what y'all come up with it for infrastructure and tooling. There's a lot of stuff in the Cosmos ecosystem, of which we are a part, that we've kind of taken advantage of, but there's a lot of pieces that we haven't. And so maybe there's something out there that you can either alter and bring in for us, or something new that we haven't thought of. And that's kind of the different tracks. And we're really, really excited to see what you come up with. Really, we're kind of looking for things that are very smooth user experiences, the things that might grow into larger things, just like Anthony was saying, there might be venture opportunities, et cetera, and things that are novel. So if there's something that we haven't seen before, that would definitely go a long way with the judges. So we have a lot of developer resources on the Dora Hacks page, and a bunch of work. We have some workshops as well, I believe. So we look forward to hearing from you guys. Anthony.
Awesome.
Do you also want
Yeah,
to
sorry
share a
about
bit
that.
more about the submission requirements?
Yeah, Justin, do you want to take this? I could take the submission requirements too. You want to
Yeah,
take it
go
or?
for it.
Yeah, beautiful. Awesome. Yeah, so we're open. You know, obviously we utilize this Cosmosm smart contracts, right? And so that's a lot of where the base kind of knowledge will be thriving on, right? And so super simple, right? Name, summary of the project, name, team members and roles. Ideally we want to know the problem that you're solving, right? And you know, as I think we kind of mentioned with wanting to be something unique and wanting, you know, being able to kind of reach out to this world. You know, we have this plentiful reign of, you know, democratizing ownership and now being able to kind of democratize that ownership to the world rather than just the highly technical, right? And we want to see the problems that you're solving, and we want people to build for the real problems that exist in the world and not just you know, frankly, not just another DeFi primitive, right? And you'll hear this kind of constant theme, but you know, I think that's a testament of just how truly excited we are with what we're building. You know, and then you know, obviously, kind of the design process behind that, right? And building on the Zion ecosystem, right? I think something extremely important is that no project lives in a silo, right? And everything is composable, everything is compatible, and everything is modular. You know, and that allows us to, you know, rather than having, you know, an n+1 value, it's you know effectively n to the power of n value, right? and I think everything is compounding upon itself, where the value of one project can be utilized with everyone who builds on the ecosystem. And we want to know that, right? We want to know how we can utilize, whether that be, hey, this is my art platform and this is a music platform that I can use for people to stream. There's so many different combinations that you can go on this. Naturally sending a GitHub repo link, that'll definitely help in judging the project. Please submit in English, including the demonstration video, text description, testing instructions. Everything submitted must be disclosed in the submission or the README file. Our judge will evaluate based on how the team implements the features, and uniqueness. Again, right? We are looking for unique projects, and I cannot stress that enough. I'm happy to brainstorm with anyone, and maybe we can even have a separate workshop and just on brainstorming about this stuff, because it's something that's naturally very, naturally very exciting for me and naturally means a lot. We're going to be evaluating on a few key criteria, right? Number one is just how well you use a generalized abstraction, right? My metric there is, do I know that this is crypto, right? And that is one of the value, right, that we bring, is that there's so many products that can be made, and crypto doesn't even need to be mentioned, right? And I think that is, at least for me, one of the main criteria that we use is how well do you use this generalized abstraction? Is it sustainable, and does it have a large impact, right? Whether it's the Zion ecosystem or the world as a whole, right? It's being able to kind of judge the sustainability. Is this a quick thing? If not, that's not great, right? We value the long-term growth, we value the long-term community, and we want projects that see that same picture with us, because as I said, this is going to be a long journey, and we need projects to be along that journey with us. If you couldn't kind of gather by now, user experience is obviously pretty important to us as well. Obviously design is also really important to us. We start to get this next billion users, and we need to break out of this box that we've created for ourselves. There is, of course, this kind of aspect, and I think these kind of go hand in hand, which is how novel is this solution, right? Is this something new? Is this something, clever? And then is it complicated, right? Is how secure is the project, right? Is it going to be difficult, right? And you have a strong understanding of what's going on, because there's a lot that it takes to be able to reach this next billion users. And there are easy routes, right? Which is, just make another AMM, right? Forking Uniswap or something like that. But being able to actually have something novel, have something creative is going to get you extremely, extremely far into this hackathon. Do you want to talk through some of the developer documentation, Justin, or how you kind of want to run that?
Yeah. So for developer documentation, the biggest thing actually is going to be Discord. So we should be active on Discord. There is a forum on Discord under dev support, I believe, that should be kind of our go-to place for FAQs, that kind of stuff. We do have some tutorials on our documentation, and I just merged those down last 10 seconds. So that should give you an idea of how to get started with the abstraction library. And then also there is a design, basically doc that explains kind of how account abstraction works. And so those are the pieces we are starting with. And ideally, that should be enough to get you started. If you have anything specific that you need, or any places that are like deficient, please let me know, and we can kind of fill those in for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a shout out to some of our partners in this, right? We utilize Axelar really closely. I'm very close with the Axelar team for cross-chain interoperability. We utilize Osmosis a lot for the DEX functionalities and kind of effectively how we can get fee swap and being a fee abstraction, right? And so Noble as well as how we're able to get USDC, band protocol for price feeds, kind of subquerying for indexing, and Spheron for an IPFS gateway. Please don't hesitate to reach out to any of these people, especially in the Discord. Everyone's going to be extremely active. I know I'll be there. I'm there every day. Justin's there every day, and we have a whole team who's ready to answer any questions or, make any introductions or anything that you might need. I think Jan, I think that's good on our side. Do you kind of want to kind of take the rest of this just to kind of talk about specifics of the hackathon itself?
So Justin, Anthony, thank you so much for the introduction. I would share my screen and demonstrate the Dora Hex platform, how to submit
Generalized abstraction solves this, by the way. What's going on, Jan? Sorry, if anyone was wondering what happened, Jan was actually looking at the documentation, and he was just blown away.
Yeah, he was actually that
So, I
still.
mean,
It's true.
this is a testament. This is a testament of generalized abstraction and the work that we're doing here, right, Jan?
All right, yes, I like the
Yeah,
documentation. So let me
yeah.
go back to the homepage of DoraHacks. Like you do see on the top different tabs, and if we go under Hackathon, you will see the XION ABSTRACTATHon Hackathon here. If it's not popping on the up on the top, it will be here on this scroll bar, and then you can just click on it and you find like all the details we went through just now, or you can also go on it through like dorahacks.io/hackathon/abstractathon. And then here are all the biddles, but since it's kicking off today, there's no biddles. Here's also like more details about the submission, but I will go through it. So here we can like create our new biddle, or excuse me, like first of all, you need to like log in. But I'm already logged in, so there's different ways to log in, like with your MetaMask, with a Bitcoin Lightning wallet, with your email, or even with your GitHub, which is the friendliest way for developers. So let's go through the submission process. Like here you can click on create new biddle and you enter some name, so the name of your biddle, which will appear. And then you can also like add a logo on here. I don't know, like upload the logo, and then you
It's a
create
great logo.
a short headliner, which will be displayed on your biddle page, and then you can insert like the entire description of your project. The more detailed, the better, and that's how the judge is gonna also like learn more about your project. Then you can select crypto, Web3, and insert different categories. On the bottom, you can link your GitHub repo, which should be open source, and then please also upload a demo video, which can be a link to a Google Drive or to a YouTube. And then also your prototype should be somehow accessible, and please insert the link of your prototype in here. And then you can provide more information about your team, like their background, their experience, their roles, how they contributed to the project. And then you can also add team members, so they're displayed on your biddle. I will add one of my team members. And then you send an invitation to this email address, and then they will be added and displayed on your team. And you can also enter your social medias. That helps us to verify your identity or your it's like Sybil resistant, and also insert your Telegram, which will help the XION team to reach out in case you're gonna win a prize. And then you can I will just and then you can agree to the terms and conditions and upload your project. That's how you can set up your that's how you can set up your biddle on DoraHacks. Once you have set up the biddle, you can apply for the hackathon. So here you need to click on submit biddle and select the one you want to participate, and then agree and click on submit application. So if there's like any problems, please reach out to us. And here you can find the entire process again on the submission guide. Also, like on Discord, feel free to ask questions on the XION Discord. There will be a section which is the Q&A section. So like if there's any question, feel free to reach out and find info and support over there. So now I've showed you like how the platform works, how you can submit. So that's it from the demo. If there's any questions, please let me know, and I'm happy to answer. And as I mentioned, please join the XION Discord for the Q&A over there. You can ask any questions, and please also subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Binance Live if you haven't, because there's other workshops upcoming. Justin or Anthony, do you guys want to add anything? Do you have any
I think you nailed this, and I think you nailed the process, and I think you guys have done such a great job at making it so streamlined and so easy for people to just build, right, and be able to submit extremely easily. You know, I know we have a lot of people listening kind of in the YouTube and the Discord and the and Binance Live right now. So I guess for all of those listening and everyone listening afterwards, it's going to be an exciting month. Justin and I are going to be extremely busy, and talking with everyone here. But we are really, really excited, and you should be as well. I think the work that we're going to do this month will be, it'll go for months and years after. Being able to, for the first time, genuinely go out and break out of this kind of crypto bubble is going to be extremely exciting, right? The first time, like all the products here in my mind, I genuinely want everyone's, parents and family to be able to use it and to be able to use it seamlessly. You don't need an extension. You don't need you don't need a, sorry, we're getting a couple of questions here, but you don't really need anything like that to be able to kind of market and increase your addressable market. For the long-term goal of XION, this is a question that we just got. Long-term goal of XION is, I think a very good comparison is like AWS, right? Where we're on Zoom, some people are watching on YouTube, some people are watching on Binance, but no one knows what is really, I mean, unless you really know, but where that's being hosted, right? And you shouldn't need to know. You should just use the products that are built on top of that. And I think in that capacity is how we see XION is taking this kind of backseat. And I think our success is when there's product built on top of us that are more successful than us, right? Is to be able to create this next generation, to create the next Facebook, to create the next YouTube, and be able to have people who just focus on the products and focus on what's being built and focus on the user experience, rather than the underlying technology. Because yes, it's important, but at the end of the day, it's not how we get the next billion users. The way we get the next billion users is by building for them. Can I join if I'm not a dev and have no experience in Hackathon? It's honestly, it's never too late to learn, right? And I think that's one of the core tenets that we value here, right? Which is we want everyone to be able to join. We want everyone to be able to know what's going on. You shouldn't only have access for the highly technical, right? And we should be able to provide these opportunities to everyone. And there's so much opportunity to learn, whether it be through our VCs, whether it be through our Discord. It is. And we make it so simple to be able to really operate and do anything that we encourage everyone of all walks and all knowledge levels to engage in, and to even have fun.
All right, that's a great closing remark. Super excited to kick this hackathon off, to see all the incredible projects building up on top of XION. Yeah,
it'll be exciting. I think we already have like 500 hackers signed up, so this is going to be very exciting. And please stay tuned for, exciting workshops and exciting announcements kind of coming live. There's going to be a lot. And this is literally the beginning opening ceremony, but this is also literally, kind of just the beginning. Awesome. And on that note, I think we can wrap this up.
Thanks, Jan. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Jan. Thanks. I appreciate it. And everyone in the Discord watching, I appreciate you. So have a great one, and hack on.
See you guys. Abstract on.